One of the questions that people have sometimes is how I've managed to keep my interest up in amateur radio over the years. I got my license when I was 15 years old. In those days, you had to be 14 to get a license. And I sat the RAE when I was 14. There was a big backlog for licenses, so I was just over 15 when my first license came through. About 6 months later, I changed license to Class A license, which is my current call sign, GM4 SVM. And I've been active in amateur radio since that time. I've only really had one gap. I went to university to study for a degree when I was 25. I was studying divinity, and for some reason I decided to shut down my ham radio station and sell everything. That lasted about 6 months. I was living in a ground floor flat in Edinburgh, and I still managed to get an HF antenna outside, and I bought an old Ten-Tec Argosy radio and ran it on CW with a bug key on the bedside cabinet. So it's possible to keep going under all sorts of circumstances. But the reason why I've never run out of steam or given up completely or got bored is fundamentally that I just find it fascinating that I can send a radio signal out and someone else can receive it. And it doesn't matter whether that person's at the other side of Edinburgh or the other side of the world. I just find that really interesting. The other thing that I've always done is have sort of seasons. Going back a few years, past 5 years, I got really into HF Mobile. I've done HF Mobile before, but I really got into that for a while and built up quite a nice station to run from the car. Then I got a bit bored with that and I got into DMR, which I had tried before and not really got on with. So I bought a handheld and started working on DMR, learning how it operates, starting to use it. Then I spent a year doing almost nothing but FT8 and a bit of CW. I also tried to get into SSB again, but I had some problems with the radio on SSB, so I didn't really quite get into that. So I spent a year doing FT8 and then got kind of bored with that, and now I've gone back to CW. So it's a cyclical thing. I think I've done everything in amateur radio apart from satellites. I've done contesting, big contests, things like Field Day, VHF Field Day, all that kind of stuff. One thing I've never really done is a lot of equipment. I've not owned many radios. I think I worked out I'd owned about 8 HF radios in 43 years. It's not a lot really. I tend to keep them for quite a while. So I'm not really an equipment person. I don't change equipment very often. I've changed almost everything in the past year because I retired last summer and I bought a whole new set of equipment and then sold off the old stuff. But I think the secret is finding something new to try. So if you're getting bored, look through magazines or videos and find something that you would like to try and see how you get on. But I never get bored with it. And it's been a major part of my life for most of my life. I'm 58 now, so how long's that? I mean, I've been an SWL since I was 10 or 11, so really it's for 48 years. You've just got to get out there and try some new ideas. You could leave a comment if you've got any things that you've tried recently. I'm not interested in engagement farming, but it might help other people. So that's what I do with ham radio and how I keep my interest up in it. Keep going, keep making contacts, and keep having fun on the radio. Bye for now in 73s.